Symposium.
Symposium.
Plato's Symposium is one of the most profound and beautiful of the Platonic dialogues.
Symposium.
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 You to a symposium.
Symposium. Okay, we get it. It's a popular word, but why? Why now? From its ancient Greek roots to its modern resurgence, we're unpacking the meaning and mystery behind the word symposium. Sounds fancy, right? Like something more sophisticated than your average meeting. But what exactly is it? Before we dive into the modern definition, let's hear from the source. This ancient clip offers a fascinating look at the symposium in its original context.
A symposium is an academic discussion with experts on a topic and socializing with drinks. The word symposium comes from Greek symposium, sim = together, and posion = drinking. In ancient Greece, a symposium followed a banquet and included conversation, poetry, and music. Plato's Symposium describes such events with Socrates and Aristophanes. Drinking was secondary to intellectual exchange. The term evolved from Latin symposium to English in the 16th century. By the 18th century, the English revived the idea, mixing drinks with discussions. John Hawkins used symposiums in 1787. In the 19th century, the social aspect faded, and symposia became academic conferences focusing on diverse opinions.
Now, for a more contemporary perspective, let's watch these two videos explaining the modern understanding of symposium.
In ancient Greece, a symposium was a drinking party, normally preceded by a banquet and accompanied by entertainment. It was mostly for men. Women of high status did not attend. The only women permitted to participate were high-class prostitutes known as heteroi. Entertainment included music, dancing, and philosophical discussions. A symposiarch was in charge of deciding how strong the wine should be depending on the seriousness of the conversation. Wine diluted with water was, in general, considered to be much more civilized in the ancient Greek world than an undiluted version. And the more serious the discussion, the more water would be added. Sounds sensible, but sometimes the entertainment was in the form of drinking games, actually. Both the Etruscans and the Romans adopted these symposia, however there were differences. Unlike the ancient Greeks, both the Etruscans and the Romans admitted high-status women. However, the Romans wouldn't allow the women to drink the wine since it was against their moral code.
Hi, I'd like to invite you to a symposium. A symposium, a conference or meeting of the minds devoted to the discussion of a particular topic. The particular topics in this case are the concepts of school and education. I recently made a music video about this in collaboration with Crocus. Now the word symposium is usually used in the academic context. You hear some lectures, you ask some questions, you may afterward have some wine and cheese. But in its original sense, the symposium was more like a party, literally an act of drinking together. Much like school itself, it was supposed to be vibrationally organic, even a little bit rowdy. And most importantly, it was supposed to be extremely fun. So that's what we're trying to do. Get together a bunch of teachers, students, and people of every kind to discuss their educational experience and to collaboratively reimagine what school as a concept could look like from the ground up. You don't have to drink, but the spirit of it is to cultivate a vibe and to start to open up a space of intellectual discourse running deeper than academic modalities but still having a lot of substance. So let's get together and share some drinks and share some ideas on the internet. There will be raps, there will be chats, there will be me, there will be Danu from Gracchus, there will be you.
And why does it feel like the word is everywhere? Church events, business meetings, academic conferences, you name it. Let's break it down. From wine and wisdom to whiteboard, the word symposium goes way back, like ancient Greece back. Originally, it wasn't some stiff formal gathering. Nope. The symposium was a lively mix of drinking, food, music, and most importantly, deep intellectual conversations. Imagine philosophers, artists, and politicians huddled over wine, debating life's big questions. It was like the OG podcast, but with more wine and less Wi-Fi. Fast forward a few centuries and things mellowed out. The wild side faded, but the heart of the symposium, intellectual exchange, stuck around. Today, it's that formal event where experts gather to discuss specific topics, share research, and dive into meaningful conversations. Think less wine, more PowerPoint. Why is everyone calling everything a symposium now? Think about it, the question many have is why is symposium popping up everywhere? From boardrooms to church basements, everyone seems to love the term. Here's why. Let's decode the first chapter on the reason why. The recent surge in the word's popularity goes beyond its basic definition. Symposium has become a trendy term used in a variety of contexts, often far removed from its academic origins. But really, why, you ask? Well, several factors contribute to this phenomenon. First, symposium carries a certain weight. It sounds more formal and prestigious than meeting or conference, lending an air of sophistication to any gathering. In today's image-conscious world, this perceived prestige is highly valued. Second, is the emphasis on dialogue and collaboration, which is, while it is not always the reality. The term suggests a focus on dialogue and collaboration. It implies a two-way exchange of ideas, which is appealing in a culture that values open communication. Third is the branding and marketing. Symposium is a buzzword. It can attract attention and generate interest, making events seem more appealing and cutting edge. Fourth will be the think tank effect. The word evokes the image of experts coming together to solve problems, a concept that resonates with businesses and government agencies seeking to project an image of innovation. Fifth is the blurred lines between event types. Symposium is a flexible label that can encompass a wide range of event formats, from presentations to panel discussions and workshops. Furthermore, the social media and online promotion means that in the age of social media, catchy titles are essential. Symposium is a memorable and shareable term. And without a doubt, a touch of history and tradition means the word carries a hint of its historical connection to intellectual discourse, adding a layer of depth and significance. Lastly, the democratization of expertise refers to the fact that as access to the information broadens, symposium can describe gatherings of experts from various backgrounds, not just traditional academics. As hypothetical author 2019 argues, this trend reflects a broader cultural shift towards collaborative knowledge creation and the desire for more meaningful conversations. However, the increasing use of symposium also raises concerns about potential dilution of its meaning. Is it becoming just a trendy label, divorced from its original purpose? Hypothetical author 2021 cautions against this, suggesting that the overuse of symposium may obscure the genuine purpose of such gatherings. But here's the thing. While the term is trendy, some argue it's losing its original meaning. And the question still remains, are we just slapping symposium on any event to make it sound cool? Some think so. Overusing it could water down what it really stands for, genuine intellectual exchange as stated previously. The journey of symposium from ancient Greek banquets to modern-day buzzword is a fascinating one. Language evolves, and so does culture. But as we ride the wave of symposium's resurgence, let's not forget its roots. Whether you're hosting a business event or a casual gathering, the heart of a symposium should always be about meaningful dialogue and collaborative exploration. In closure and as you go forth, let's break it down, use it, and own it. And remember, every word has a story.